Spring Ember Days are upon us. This week, the first full week of Lent, is the Spring Ember Days. If you are new to the concept of Ember Days, I'm going to explain them to you. There are better videos out there that can explain this better than I can, and I will link those in the description. Taylor Marshall has a very good one. I think he has two very good ones. Also, Father Rippiger has a great one. These are much more they're going to go into a different side of it than I'm going to talk about. But I'll touch on some of the things that they talk about. But then I want to go a step further and say, like, as mothers or parents, what can you do? Like, what can you use Ember Days for, looking forward to the complete season itself as a whole, and how to direct your family during that whole season. Okay, so first let's just talk about what Ember Days are. Ember Days they happen 4 times a year. They coincide with the 4 seasons, and sometimes it's right on the money, sometimes it's not. So like the Spring Ember Days this year, spring it always begins March 21st, but when Daddy gets home. So spring is always on March 21st, but the Ember Days will change based on when Lent is, because they're always the first full week in Lent. So that's where sometimes it'll fall like right on the money, sometimes not. Sometimes the weather will be perfect, like right now where I'm at in Pennsylvania, it's feeling like spring. Like this is hitting at the right time of the cycle of the year. It feels like spring. So it's like, okay, I can see that the seasons are changing. All right. So that's what they are. They're the 4 seasons. Quator tempora is Latin for 4 times or 4 seasons. And that's when they come. Let's see. The one way to easily remember what weeks they fall in is Lenti, Penti, Cruci, Luci. So Lenti, that's the first full week in Lent. Penti, that's the week after Pentecost. Cruci is the week after the Feast of the Holy Cross. And Lucy is the week after Saint Lucy. So Lenti, Penti, Cruci, Lucy. That's when the 4 Ember Days happen. Now the Ember Days are 3 days actually: Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Wednesday, because that was the day that Judas betrayed Jesus, so we need to do penance on that day and fast. And Friday, because obviously that was the day our Lord was killed on the cross. And then Saturday was the day of mourning, when Christ was buried and descended into hell. So that is why those 3 days are the days that are devoted to the Ember Days of penance. And not just penance, though. This is coinciding with the 4 seasons. It's very related to the 4 natural seasons and our gratitude for God's creation. I have this with me to pull up what I think all 4, maybe it's just 3, but I'm pretty sure all 4, maybe 3 of the Ember Days bring up read the story of the 3 men in the fiery furnace. And if you recall in Daniel, they sing this canticle of "Bless the Lord, all you works of the Lord, praise and exalt him above all forever." I don't know if you're familiar with this canticle. It's very beautiful. "Benedicite omnia opera Domino, laudate et super exaltate eum in secula. Benedicite angeli Domino, benedicite celi Domino." Okay, so you can go on and on with this. And I'm reading this from the Little Office of the Blessed Virgin Mary. I'll link that in the description. And this is page 84 that I'm reading it on. But it's in here. O ye angels of the Lord, bless ye the Lord. Bless the Lord, ye heavens. O all ye waters that are above the heavens, bless ye the Lord. I love that this translation has the ye in it, because in Latin it's benedicite, and that's very direct. It's directed to a person. It's saying, all ye waters. It's like it's addressing itself to the waters themselves. Bless the Lord, you waters. So it's giving them a command to bless the Lord. So I think it's a beautiful way of looking at creation. Creation itself, the waters, the heavens, the sun, the moon, can all, in their own particular way, bless God and, recognize their place in creation as something good. So, and then it ends, let us bless the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost. Let us praise and exalt him above all forever. Blessed art thou, O Lord, in the firmament of heaven. Praise, worthy to be praised and glorious and exalted above all forever. So there's the Gloria Patri is kind of from that. So beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So you can go ahead and read that during these Ember Days. That will, if that, helps you be grateful, show gratitude for the gifts of nature. And it's also a time to beseech God for the discipline to use them in moderation. Father Rippinger was talking about this in the video I was watching of his, that, all things are good, but if you use them inordinately or immoderately, you make them bad. You twist it. You twist their goodness and make them bad. So God gives us all things good. We need to use them all in the proper way. And I feel like one of the things I have learned the most when it comes to my personal journey in learning about love as a mother in a home is this propriety. Like, we love everything. Like, I love everything in my home, from the smallest to the greatest. I don't reject anything in my home. I don't hate anything in my home, but I don't, and I love it all with my whole heart. So then it's like, well, then I have to sort of organize that love and put it in a little hierarchy. Well, which comes first? But that doesn't mean that the one that comes last is somehow less loved. No, but everything has its proper place, and when it's properly ordered in the home, I can love it better. Like, I can love more fully, more, I don't know the right word for it, because I feel like if I am loving it at all, it's with all of my heart. So somehow it accentuates the love, and it provides a certain quality to the love that doesn't exist if things are out of order, if that makes sense. Okay, so moving on. These Ember Days, this was one of my biggest tools for getting my year in order. If you want to watch that video on how to get your year in order, I have this little trick here, which is a 3-ring binder. I have a bunch of note paper at the end that I take from as I need it. This is spring. It's labeled spring. I don't know if you can see that. Summer, autumn, winter. Winter's the biggest one because it has Christmas, and I have a lot of things to do for the kids. But what I do, you'll see I did this for this year. I put my note paper in spring, and I write spring 2023. I write down what day it starts. I write down what days it ends. I didn't write that down, but I say when the Ember Days are, which are March 1st, March 3rd, and March 4th. I write down when Ash Wednesday was. It came last week. Easter Sunday is on April 9th. Any birthdays during this season? I don't have any written down. Holy Week. When does Holy Week fall? It falls on the 6th through the 8th this year. So I have that written down. So that helps me kind of figure out what are the important dates during this season that I need to be aware of. Oh, it broke. Did you step on it? Well, it's just got to go in our box of broken things. We'll fix it. How's your foot? No. Oh, you got a little scratch. You want to get a Band-Aid? You can reach the Band-Aids. Right?
I need water.
Okay. Okay. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, sorry about that interruption. She stepped on a little rocking chair for the dollhouse, and it broke and scratched her foot. Poor thing. All right, so what were we talking about? We were talking about, what I have written for this season. So this is where, this is not liturgical. This is for my personal home. So I wrote down Holy Saturday, what I'm going to need for Holy Saturday, because that's a special day for us. I mentioned before, that's when we break our Easter fast or our Holy Week or Good Friday fast at noon with family. It's a traditional Slovak dinner, and we do something called the Blessed Baskets, which is a Slovak tradition. We do a family Easter egg hunt, and then we do Easter egg dyeing. So I was writing down the things I would need, and I always forget smocks for the girls. I have these smocks they wear when they paint. I'm like, I need to bring those when we get Easter egg dyeing so they don't get Easter egg dye on their clothes. So I wrote that down so that I'll remember. So that's something that you can write down in your notes. Then Easter Sunday, I also have written down. What's up, babe? And just sit here on the ground by me. Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know. Okay, so I also have Easter Sunday written down, obviously, where we're going to Mass. And will I be singing in choir? I need to know if I'm going to get back into that. I should probably figure that out soon. Needs. I write down what we need, okay? So I have this thing where I like to have Easter outfits for my family, and I like to have Christmas outfits for my family. That helps me make those two feast days really special and important in our, and really make that occasion special. So I have that written down. What do I need to get for the girls? I've actually already ordered them. They're here. I already got their Easter dresses and shoes. Let's see. I need something for David. That'll see if we already have something that he can fit into. We got a lot donated to us. So I want to see what Easter clothes fit him. What dress I'm going to be wearing for Easter. Whether Mike needs some new clothes for Easter or new shoes. And then what I want to do for Easter, please don't touch that, Josephine. What I want to do for Easter dinner. Right here I have roast leg of lamb, and I also want to do a vlog of, please don't touch that, Josephine. I also want to do a vlog of how to roast a leg of lamb for Easter dinner. What's up, Madeline?
Hi, David. Why does David just have a cute face?
Alright, here you go. Okay, so that's all I have written down in my notes. I should have more, because I also like to write down what fun things we can do as a family. Oh, the other thing I didn't write down, but I have already started doing, because I have a spreadsheet for it, is my garden, planning my garden. So this is a good time to check out your Farmer's Almanac. I will put a link in the description to see about your planting dates. Everyone's planting dates are going to be different based on their location, in where you're located. So what weather you have, when your last frost dates are, and things like that. So put your zip code into the Farmer's Almanac, and it will let you know when your frost dates are and what you should plant, when you should plant what vegetables and fruits and things. So you can plan your garden. Now's a good time to plan garden. So this is the list of things I have that you can do like as a family, and you can look forward to doing this spring. Seeing cherry blossoms if you happen to live near cherry trees. Or you can always have a picnic at a park outside. How lovely that would be. Look for crocuses and snowdrops, tulips and daffodils starting to bloom. All those bulbs, flowers that are bulbs, will be starting to bloom now. Get outside, play outside, go for walks, go for bike rides, go for hikes. Enjoy this crisp but sunny weather. It's very nice. Look for baby birds. See if you have any nests. We always we have a nest on our back porch, and we love watching for the baby birds there. Make a bird feeder or a bird house and set that up outside. Go somewhere where you can feed the ducks. Or there's some place in Ohio, kind of near us, called Pymatuning Lake or State Park. It has a bunch of these big fish that people go and throw bread to the fish. It's just something nice. It's just nice. Take the kids and do something. Feed the ducks. Feed the fish. Listen to Vivaldi's Spring, Vivaldi's Four Seasons. Listen to Spring and see if there's any other spring music you can enjoy, especially classics and good high quality music. Embroider flowers if you want a little hobby. That's a good hobby to do in springtime. Anything to do with flowers. Decorating your home for spring, whether with natural flowers, artificial flowers. You see, I've gotten some artificial flowers. I'm ready for spring as it is, and you can start decorating your home for spring. It's not necessarily decorating it for Easter, it's decorating it for the season. I like that. I really appreciate decorating for a season. And yes, sometimes that coincides perfectly with the holiday, and sometimes it doesn't. But, you can have So it's sometimes I feel like it's easier to decorate for the season than for the holiday. You can do a little overlap of both, but yes. Okay, so that's all I have to say on Ember Days. The next one will be June, and when's the next Ember Day? So I have it written down. 5/31 at 6/2 and 6/3. So that will be the end of April, beginning of June. So that'll be our next Ember Days. I'll do another video the week before that so we can prep for summer together. So this is our prep. You're following my channel. You're following this series every Sunday at around noon. I am posting an explainer video like this to help other mothers and fathers, families get their lives in sync with tradition, essentially. What does it mean to be a traditional Catholic, a traditional Christian? In this world where we don't really live by God's law, like the first thing you can do to live by God's law is live by the seasons. Now, also, I just want to point out that these are the seasons for like the Northern Hemisphere. Obviously, there's different seasons for different areas in the world. Follow the seasons for your area. Follow the nature patterns that you have, because it's not like this Northern Hemisphere version of the seasons is the right one or something. No, it's like I don't know what your seasons are in your location. So the point is to follow the rhythm of your location seasons and to be in tune with those seasons, and because really this concept of time as something measured by clocks and things is very odd. It's very weird. It's not very human. It's very new, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's very useful. However, it's important to have those metrics sort of serve the underlying natural rhythms that already exist and have been put in place by the Creator, instead of trying to superimpose more rational, logical, metric system onto the earth itself and onto yourself. So so that's why you're kind of doing a bottom up, centering yourself on the order that God's world already exists. So orienting yourself to the order of the seasons of the year. So spring is upon us. Keep your eye out for beautiful flowers, beautiful birds, and any way to decorate your home for the season. Fun things to do outside with your family, picnics. I have a little vlog. One of my favorite vlogs is doing a picnic at the beach with my kids. It was in late spring, but it was still too early to really enjoy the water because, it wasn't warm enough, but it was still a lovely day out. So I'll link that in the description too if you just want some inspiration of what you can do. There's a lot of fun things, and even if it's not fun, I don't know if that's the right word, it's like it should be enjoyable and satisfying. It should be rejuvenating for the family. Indulge you up. What do you need, baby?
Can I see?
Yes.
Whatever you tell me what.
Yeah, but just turn the volume down. And now's also a good time to start thinking about your family photos. So I like to send out a family photo and have a family photo ready by Christmas. I actually have this extra one, which is supposed to go to a friend. This is the first family photo. Not the first one. I think I have another one. But this was the first one that I blew up and made big and everything. And I really value. I really value capturing these moments in time, capturing our family at these moments. So I think one of our family pictures was after Easter Mass. It was just kind of an impromptu thing. Someone happened to hold the camera for us, and it turned out decently enough to send it in Christmas cards. But what I'm trying to say is I will do a video on how to take your own family pictures. But now's the time to start thinking about what kind of family pictures you want. What style do you want? And do you want a spring one, a summer one, a fall one, a winter one? Like, what kind of, like, sometimes it just happens when it happens, and like you're just grateful that it happens when it does. You know, it's not like it has to happen any of that time, but it's good to start thinking now about when an opportunity can arise, because, like, let's be honest, like, when is everyone all dressed correctly for a family picture, and you have a good background for it, and you happen to have your tripod with you or something, or there happens to be a stranger there to take a picture for you? Like, there are a lot of variables that need to be in place to get that family picture done. And so it's good to start thinking about that and being aware of that, so that if you do recognize the opportunity, you can snatch it. You can snatch that opportunity for a good family picture. Okay. That's all I want to say. That's all we need to know for spring. Spring. Oh, also, I should have thrown that in there. Tea parties. And you can do tea parties anytime, any year. Any time of the year. But it's really nice. I just had a tea party yesterday for Josephine. I will be putting the vlog up, if not today, tomorrow for sure. And it was absolutely lovely. And I highly encourage you to do a tea party for your friends and your friends' kids. And I will do a long form video on a Sunday explaining how to do a tea party, or how to have guests over for something like a tea party or even a dinner. And all my notes, okay? Because you know me, I take notes. This is not just coming from me. Like, I study and I take notes. It's not part of my nature to do these things, but I want it, you know, so I have to learn. And Mike's family, my husband's family, is so good at doing these things. Like, his mom is like on point when it comes to family events and holidays and stuff. I am seriously taking notes from this woman. She's a great mentor. So if I can pass along any of this to you who might not have a mentor, and you might need some direction and some tips and like little overkill when it comes to overthinking it, because that's what I do. And so if you need some of that, I can give you some of that. Give it to you. So follow along, turn on notifications. You will get videos like this, explainer videos, every Sunday around noon. I don't even think today's is going up at noon because I didn't get it done in time, but that's what happens when you're a mom. And then I will be doing vlogs. I said usually for sure Saturday, but because we had our tea party yesterday, one just didn't happen to go up yesterday. But I did happen to have a couple other vlogs go up earlier this week if you want to go and check those vlogs out. My Lenten vlog series, I'm trying to do a vlog a day to sort of keep track of my growth in self-discipline. So if that's something you're interested in, be aware that I will be uploading more vlogs, and I'll try to distinguish them for you in case you're just after these videos. You just want the Sunday explainer videos. I'll put those in a playlist, so you can check that playlist out if you'd rather just go through all the playlists and skip all the vlogs. I get you. I have a space for that, and it's called Living the Good Life 2023. That's the playlist. I will have a link to the playlist in the descriptions, and this video will be in the right order in that playlist, and we'll just keep adding those videos to this playlist as we go through the year. So I hope you enjoy that, and I look forward to the next Sunday video, which I forgot to look what it was. I need to remember to look what the next video is so I can give you a heads up for it. But next Sunday's video is going to be great. I just know it. And you'll find it, if you're watching this after the fact, you'll find it in the playlist that I have linked for this whole series. All right. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful Sunday. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Thank you. If you've watched all the way to the end, please put a comment in the description. Please put a comment below and let me know that, so that I can just say hi and I can thank you and connect with you. Because, you know, if you're watching this and you never comment, I never get to meet you. You know, you get to meet me, but I don't get to meet you. And, you know, it's like, it's nice to have a more dynamic relationship. I know it's online, but it's still real, you guys. It's still real connections we're making here, and I appreciate that. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video all the way through, and for all of your support, for liking the video, for subscribing, for turning on notifications, for keeping your eyes on this playlist of Living the Good Life 2023. Okay, any suggestions for future videos, pop them in the comments below, and any questions at all, I'm so happy to answer anything. So I will see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful day.